Let me show you a few different things. If your mini drone doesn't maybe wants to turn on, or it's not properly working, or not, it doesn't simply wants to fly. So again, these drones have maybe different model numbers, but again, they're identical drones just from different sellers. So all of them are really the same. So first things first, what you need to know, the battery is kind of terrible on these drones, especially charging actually is very bad on the drone, as it takes like insanely long to charge up these batteries. So when you get this drone, if it's not turning on, you see you have this button, and to turn it on, we simply literally have to like press this, and it should look like this. Okay. And essentially what is actually wrong with these batteries is they simply take like insanely long amount of time to charge essentially. Basically at least 1.5 hours basically to fully charge it up before we can actually properly use a drone. So if you maybe only try to charge it up for 5 or 10 minutes, again that is actually not sufficient, and your drone probably won't even like turn on. So the first time you actually get it, so we plug in the charger, so we have this type C. And also when you plug it in, you should see this red light over here. If you do not see the red light, that the most common cause is simply basically your power adapter is actually wrong basically for this drone, as this drone actually doesn't support most power adapters for some reason. So if you actually do not see the red light, simply check your power adapter and try with another power adapter. Maybe try to charge it from maybe a laptop or computer or somewhere else. And yeah, when you place it on the charger, basically leave it on the charger till actually the red light goes off and you don't have the red light. Again, this might take even sometimes up to 2 hours. So again, the charging time is extremely slow on this battery. And if you basically try to use this battery that's not actually fully charged, most often basically your drone might even not turn on, or also if you actually try to fly, it might only like fly up maybe like 10 centimeters and then crash down. So again, this battery again requires basically the full voltage, so the maximum voltage, to be able to operate this drone. So if you use like half charged battery, that probably is the most common cause of these issues. And then also when you put in your battery and try to turn on your drone, also observe if your camera actually is moving like this. So you see, this is what it should do. So it essentially tests itself if everything is okay. If you do not see it moving, and also you do not see the blue lights, again there is something off with the power delivery on this drone and simply can't be turned on. So, and if you want to properly pair your remote with your drone, so obviously make sure to turn it on, and then simply lift this up and then down. And only then the drone actually basically connects properly with the remote, and only then we can control it. So again, I see a lot of people also basically forget to do it. Also, if you have problems basically flying, maybe it goes like all over, it's hard to control, you can simply rest your drone on a complete flat surface and then also do this, so calibration. So take the joysticks and hold them like this for maybe like seconds, it will beep. You see it also flash. Let's do it again. So like this, in this angle, you see it flashed, and then basically it's calibrated, and the next time you actually take off, the drone actually should fly much better. Also, by the way, obviously you also need to insert batteries in the remote controller, because it doesn't come with one. What else we can do, maybe we can simply test if maybe the remote control actually is faulty and not the drone. So this drone also can be paired with a phone app as well. So let me show you basically. So stand back on. So this is a phone app you can download simply, and you can simply like try to turn on the drone. Also, maybe there's simply like something like half working basically on the drone. So literally insert the battery, turn on, maybe press power for a few seconds, and then download this app. So, and simply try to connect and see if you maybe it's possible to actually connect to the drone, and see if that revives it. So in this app, we're going to click over here. And you see, you simply have to check if your drone is able to create this Wi-Fi network. So again, it operates on Wi-Fi, so it simply creates a Wi-Fi network that you have to connect to. So it will be starting with this flow, probably for you as well. And then once we go back, click start, as you see, I can monitor, basically as you see, So yeah, I can see my camera working over here and everything should be. So also I can obviously control basically my drone from the phone app as well. So if we click this airplane button here, you see it will connect with the drone. So and also make sure it's always like when you connect, make sure it's always like staying constant. If you see it flashing, there is something definitely wrong with the drone. And then to lift off, you can use this button, or also like turn on the engines and fly away, basically with these controls over here. By the way, also if you crash your drone, also it actually enters this crash state essentially, and it actually can't be operated anymore till you actually go to the drone and turn it on and off back again. So again, that's also something you need to know. Also, one more thing that I also see that happens with these drones, sometimes basically maybe something actually gets stuck in the propeller. Maybe some kind of hair simply like wraps around one of the propellers, and it's pretty much like even impossible to see. So again, if your basically the propeller actually doesn't, even like one actually won't spin freely, actually the whole drone actually won't even like start up basically. So yeah, that's also what we can do. So we can easily remove even these propellers from this drone and simply inspect if there is something wrong. So you see, we can literally just pull them off and see maybe there is something wrapped around basically. So you see, in my case, I even have like tiny bit of strands over here, so you can see. So you see, basically some junk basically. So and this, if this thing actually wraps around, basically it's essentially jams the motor inside, and then yeah, basically, so it simply won't like even fly. Okay, and to replace again, it's very easy. Let's check this one if I have something there. Okay, maybe some of these are actually quite hard to open. Okay, nothing there, but yeah, simply observe basically the state of your motor if everything is okay, because indeed some stuff might actually wrap around them. By the way, also when you actually connect your drone to your phone app, also see how the image actually looks like. So yep, you can actually record video and see if there aren't any lines going all over the screen. Basically, if you have actually lines going all over the screen, then there's something off definitely with the drone. Maybe again, the most common cause probably is a battery that actually causes that. Also, like again, like half empty battery again will cause also a lot of lines basically on your screen appear. So also you can check for that. Also, one more thing you can do, basically if there is some problems, maybe you suspect this power, we can essentially power cycle this drone, for example. So what we do is simply remove our battery first, press and hold this for a few seconds, insert back your battery, again literally hold it, turn it on, remove it, again press the switch, and repeat maybe this few times as well, and see if it also maybe that brings up yeah, basically the drone. Because yep, I also have basically a bit similar drone to this one, and also that one also has got quite huge problems often with the battery. So again, both charging and also basically, yeah, sometimes it throws up simply some kind of errors. So again, the most common cause of these issues is simply the battery not being fully charged, or it's simply acting up and not actually the drone being the one at fault. And lastly, basically, as you see, you can also pretty much quite easily take this drone apart. So again, there is only one single board over there. You can maybe inspect maybe if there is maybe some lead actually that has come loose. So maybe during shipping it's been banged around. So again, as you see, you can actually quite easily unscrew this. So I have actually taken a similar drone apart. So again, there isn't actually much inside, so it's pretty much safe to actually open this up, so if needed. So apart from that, really, so yeah, not much else we can do. Anyway, good luck.